Hello, welcome back. Thank you for being here. If you've been watching my last couple videos, um, I'm kind of in this period of time, this really weird period of time, after this last new moon in Virgo, which was also a partial solar eclipse. And then on Monday, we had the autumn equinox happening. And for the past week, my energy has been so off, so weird. Um, as many of you know, if you've been following along on my channel, that I went through this 5 year, I really want to say it's 9 year because I'm in my ninth personal year, which talks about endings. It's also a universal year nine, which means it's a universal year of endings for globally. So I got double nines going on there. And since I've been following that for some time, looking at my years, you always notice that in year one, things start, there's this new beginning. And then as you go along, like there's a lot of challenges in the middle of that time. So when I started my journey in 2020, let's see, 2017 was my year one, 18, 19. So that's my fourth year of my journey. It was well, from the fourth year to really this ninth year was that 5 years of unsettling, just chaos. Um, but in a way, you know what? I was thinking that I chose this path in this lifetime to take this path. And I was thinking that if I hadn't chosen this path in this lifetime, what would my life be if I would have just continued on the way things were in my life? Um, anyway, off topic. But I didn't really know what was going to happen after kind of like my journey stopped. So I always talk about this 5 year journey. And I kind of say, yes, still it was like 5 years of movement. And then everything kind of stopped. I was stable. There wasn't any movement as far as location. Like it took me all this time, 5 years, to get to this location, to my destiny, to my destination. And from the time that I left my home in 2020 to now, I'm going to say, spring of 2025 was exactly 5 years. So it took me 5 years to get to my destination, not knowing at all where I was going. So since that time, I was like, okay, I was thought, okay, I'm free, I'm done. I know my father in spirit had told me I have my abilities through my grandmother, um, which were passed down, and that I would be, you know, um, switching from doing kind of more 9 to 5, as I worked on Wall Street for 20 years, as many of you know, and switching from that 9 to 5 type of atmosphere to doing spiritual work. And so it's kind of been this buildup of that over these years and kind of putting that on the back seat while I went through my journey, not really getting to concentrate on that because I was concentrating on getting to this destination, not really knowing where it was going to be. Anyhow, many of you also may be at this precipice point of getting ready to go into this new life, this this door opening. Um, if you're in some kind of isolation at this point, like I am, it's kind of been divine, um, divinely set that, and I've talked about this before, when the divine needs you to move in a certain way or to sit still for a certain time until it can prepare for whatever's next. It may really confine you. The universe may confine you to wherever you're at until it's time for you to move again. And that's kind of where I've been, where I can't move. I know it sounds weird, but um, like the universe had said, okay, it's time for you to sell your car. My car was at the point where, you know, I it just needed a lot of work on it. And I'm like, I really, I quit my job. I don't need it for going back and forth to work anymore. And so I don't have a car. There are some great people that I met. Anytime if I do need to go to the store, they're there. Um, my funds have been limited. So it's kind of like I can't do too much right now. And there's a reason for that because you're getting ready to step into a whole new life. Leaving, as I always say, you're living two lives within one lifetime and leaving that other life behind. So, this isolation kind of quiet hermit period is to prepare you for what's next. It's also to prepare many of you for your soulmate. And I've been hesitant to talk about this because I think everyone's story is different. And a lot of times I feel like people will kind of bulk themselves into this twin flame thing. Pop culture is kind of just using it as a phrase of anyone you come across, and you kind of think that, they're your forever person or your soulmate, whatever that they are, must be my twin flame. So I have been hesitant to use that terminology. Um, but if you are on this path, if you have chosen to take this path in this lifetime, there is a good chance that you are now ready to meet your soulmate. Or if you have met someone in the past that they've gone through their own change, there may have been a separation and they've gone through their own change, and that they're ready now to come back as a different person, just like as you've changed during this time also. Um, but one thing I was thinking also is when there was that separation, you both were different. You both were, for you, you were in your old life still. And for them, they hadn't really gone through a true spiritual awakening as of yet. So it's kind of like the universe has been working on them for this time. And when they come back, you may kind of be hesitant to accept them back. But like all what I'm hearing, from clairaudient and spirit, and what I'm kind of picking up is that they will have changed. Don't quote me on that because it may not be your story at this point. But for anyone else, they probably have changed significantly, just as you have. And you're going to be surprised at how they come back towards you. But another big thing is they're coming back changed, but they are expecting you, they don't know that you've gone through a change. They're expecting you to be the same person that you were when they left. So it's also going to be a big surprise for them to grasp the fact that, oh, wow, I've changed so much. And I'm expecting kind of like this defensive mode from this person I'm approaching, which is you. But they're probably going to get kind of there. Not to say that you're not going to be hesitant because you're trying to still figure out if they've changed or not. Um, and also, you've just gone through a process of letting go of everything from your past life. I mean, like everything. And um, so now when they do come back, they're expecting like that blockage, like you not to accept them back. And when, there's that conversation, that conversing, they're going to be kind of surprised that you have changed also, that you're no longer who you were when you two parted. So hopefully that kind of makes sense to you, just as a preparation for this upcoming coming together that I think a lot of us who are on this path are about to experience. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Again, I haven't been doing videos unless I'm kind of called to them to do one. And I kind of felt today that I was being called to say something along that order. And that this is a really significant time for those who are on a path of ascension and also on a, I don't want to use twin flame, I don't want to, but you know what I'm saying, a soulmate connection, but it's a divine connection. It's not just you meeting someone. This has been a contract that has been for the ages. And this is not the first time you're meeting them. Um, there have been many other lifetimes where you two have met. And it's more significant in this lifetime because you have worked through your karma and it's time for you to receive your blessings. Um, and again, if you are resonating with this, you understand totally what I'm talking about. If you haven't reached this point yet, just know that the reason why I'm doing these videos is that later on, anyone else who comes to this point will understand. They see my video, it pops up in their feed or whatever. They'll kind of understand what's going on with them at that time. Okay. Thank you again for being here. Again, I don't know when I'm going to do a video. I was trying to do them every day, but I'm kind of again, in this rest period of just allowing and surrendering to the universe to bring whatever it is that's, I don't say owed to me in a way, because that's kind of what happens is you've gone through so much and you've kind of reaped up so much good karma that there's going to be so many blessings that come in after this. And so I'm just trying to stay quiet, stay grounded, stay connected to spirit so that I can hear whatever is needed to be heard during this time. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm not really, I shouldn't say that because whenever you do this, do see this video, I'm going to be open to, working with you if you need to want to do a reading or if you want to talk about spirituality. I'm kind of pushing things away this particular time period until I kind of, but again, you may see this video a month from now or whatever. So please go ahead and book time with me. But hopefully you understand that. And I'll see you in the next one.